Good morning. How are you doing today? It's Friday the, 30th of October. How the hell we've got here, I don't know. And I'm at Basingstoke this morning in Basingwoods, or Carpenter's Down, as some people might know it. I've got 5 people booked on, and it's quite nice because it's raining a little bit, and so you've got that kind of really fresh smell, but also the pitter-patter of the raindrop sounds. And yeah, it's just something really nice about it, because we don't do it enough, do we? If it's raining, we tend to stay indoors. So normally when I come here, there's a car park full of cars, actually, at least when I come in the mornings, but nobody here today, just me, which is good. So in terms of our forest bathing session anyway. But what I wanted to talk about today was woodland and the benefits of forest bathing in woodland. And by that I mean, I don't necessarily mean on a guided session, I mean some of this stuff you can do yourself, and being in woods in particular is beneficial for your health over and above, let's say, walking in a field or walking around your estate or village or whatever. For those in the UK, if you watched Autumn Watch last night, you will have seen possibly that they had a section on the benefits of being in and amongst trees. So I just wanted to run through some of those with you today. All of this is documented in blogs and posts and all that, but I've never actually done a video on it. So the first one I want to mention is the humus in the soil, right? The top layer of the soil and the ground here beneath me as I look now, right? So you've got the decaying matter, you've got leaves, you've got some mushrooms, you've got twigs, leaves in various stages, right? If you dig down slightly and lift that very top layer off, some wonderful moss and lichen there as well. Then you get to the top soil layer of, let's see if I can get some actually. So you get to this stuff. Get rid of the leaves, but you get that real earthy, the earthy soil, right? And that in there are all sorts of millions of microorganisms doing what they do, and a bacteria known as Mycobacterium vaccae, and that bacteria is a good bacteria for us humans, and it's known to increase the production of serotonin. And serotonin, you might know, is the happy hormone. So serotonin is when people go on antidepressants, then they are given extra serotonin. So this is like a natural antidepressant, and it's the smell and the touch of that Mycobacterium vaccae that is so very good for you, and in particular in a woodland, because it's the forest floor that's got all those amazing nutrients. So that's the first reason why it's good to get into woodland. The second one is the phytoncides. So you probably have heard me talk about this before. If you are walking in an ancient woodland in particular with conifers and oaks in this country, they are emitting an essential oil called phytoncide, and that is something that you can bottle, and you can buy it in essential oil bottles. Here you're getting it pure from the source, and that is proven. So a prolonged exposure to the phytoncides, an inhalation of the phytoncides emitted by the trees, will lower your heart rate, and considerably lower your heart rate for a considerable period of time, so well beyond the end of the session. It's known to slow down the production of cortisol, which you might know as the stress hormone, and when we're in fight or flight mode these days, which we are far too much, we don't need to be. There is no lion or tiger about to attack us anymore, for most of us. the overproduction of cortisol has an incredibly damaging effect on many of our other internal organs, including the brain, for example. And so what we want to be doing is lowering that cortisol production. By breathing in this fresh forest air, you're going to be doing that. And when you have a high cortisol level in the body, it inhibits your immune system from functioning at its best. So there's also evidence to show that once you lower the cortisol production, good cells, the ones that fight off cancer and other bacteria and baddies and viruses, they can flourish. So you're boosting your immune system at the same time. And you'll also be lowering your blood pressure, and those sort of physical benefits, they go on way beyond the end of the session. So if you want to get out for 2 hours, have a slow wander around or sit, it doesn't matter. Breathing deeply, you're going to be doing yourselves just so much goodness. Another great thing you can do, I was thinking about it today, I don't know how brave people are feeling. You can do earthing, where you actually go bare feet and you connect with the ground. And that's meant to kind of reset yourself. So it gives you lots of negative ions, and in this case negative is good. And I don't know about you, but when I haven't looked into the science of this massively, but I know when I stand on the grass in my garden barefoot, which I've been doing for the last couple of years more so, I feel good. And especially when I get onto the squishy mossy bits. But you know me. So earthing is also good. Of course, spending the time like this slowly in the woods, you're going to feel energized, and it's going to lower anxiety and improve your mood anyway. Some of that you'll get from taking a walk in nature, as opposed to being specifically associated with the forests. But you'll also be able to see fractals, and fractals are amazing. So fractals are like repeating patterns of the same thing, but at different sizes. So the canopy of a tree with the leaves along the branches, all moving at different, all at different sizes, is proven to be very pleasing for us to look at and to make us feel good, and to help you start developing a sense of awe and wonder. So when you start developing this sense of awe and wonder, right, it's also proven that you feel happier, more gratitude, pro-social emotions, basically, where you're feeling positive about others. And that is so important right now when there is such a lot of negativity around. You feel more compassion, you admire nature, you feel compassion for the beings around you, be that human beings or other beings. So the science of awe, I'm going to be doing a series of posts on it, because for me it's been life-changing, so transformative, and it's there, right there, waiting for us. So these are my top 4 or 5 reasons to get into woodland. So first one is the Mycobacterium vaccae in the soil. Give it a smell, feel it between your fingers. If you can't get into the woods to do it, you can do that in your own garden, right, with the soil in your flower beds. Number 2, the phytoncides. Inhale them. It's pure, fresh forest air, so it's going to give your lungs like the best quality air that they can be wanting. But in addition to that, it gives you all these amazing benefits like lowered heart rate, lowered production of cortisol, boosted immune system, and lower high blood pressure. Try earthing to increase your negative ions, so to balance all the positive charges that we potentially are picking up from being connected to technology all the time, by barefoot standing on the ground beneath your feet. And look into fractals, you know, like the bracken leaves that I'm looking at now. You know, you can see them just from a distance there. Look at those bracken leaves and look at the repeating pattern that changes size as it goes. Look up into the canopy of the trees. I'm looking now at the branches and the leaves. And you can do it on the pine, so on the evergreens as well. spend some time looking for fractals and then developing that feeling of awe and wonder and admiration. So if Autumn Watch said it, then surely it must be true. Give it a go. There's really nothing to lose. So block yourself 1 hour. If you can, do it for 2. And just come out and wander. You won't get your 10,000 steps. So it's not about walking fast. It's not about chatting as you walk and not taking notice of what's around. You need to be immersed in the present moment and the here and now and your natural surroundings. So I'd do it on your own if you feel brave enough to do it on your own, or do it with someone else who's of a like mind and who will kind of get involved with you. Right, that is it for this week. So take care. Hope you've all got a wonderful weekend in store, and have a look at www.adoreyouroutdoors.co.uk for more info about forest bathing, or joining me on a forest bathing walk around Hampshire or Berkshire. Take care. Bye.